closed. Somebody might see them, and I'm gonna be that old man getting shot up in the leg or worse. But none of that happened, clearly. And thank goodness for that. But it's just hard trying to figure out, how do we change the climate of the community right now? Everything is black and white. There's so many distractions right now. And I feel it's really hard for Black people to focus and heal Black people. My opinion on what's going on right now in the world between the current United States president, those who are in office, the stories that receive mainstream media attention, it's all designed to take the focus off of the real issue. And I think it's just, the real issue is the mindset of the Black community. Not Black people individually, because we are definitely speaking out and have different platforms to help improve the Black community, but collectively our mindset is not focused on Black only. There's Black and LGBT community. There is Black and police brutality. There is Black and us not controlling our dollars. Like, we have no power in certain places or positions that is truly necessary in order to be independent, or in order to be as successful as other communities. And what I really hope is that collectively, and what I'm working on myself, is that collectively we change our mindset, our focus, and kind of internalize, build ourselves, as opposed to continuing, because we're fighting everything. I feel like Black people, we are fighting in every platform. And it's just out of survival. But if we were to kind of pull back from being so, if we were able to pull back and focus more on ourselves, I think we'd be able to move forward very quickly, just like the LGBT Q, they've had amazing progress between different legislations that were passed and just their platform in general. What else? And just other communities as well that have been able to advance themselves, kind of basically piggybacking off of the fight that the Black community has started. And everyone wants to be a victim and so offended today, but if we just switch our mentality and quit focusing on, well, I don't want to say quit focusing on, stop giving other people the power to feel as though they have broken down the Black community so much. And once we're able to do that, I think we'll be able to focus more on self and then build the Black community up to where it needs to be. And then be able to do it pretty quickly. But that was really the only topic that I have for the position of the day, because that fucking video, man, shit. Let me go ahead and move on to the climax, because I really need a happy ending right now. And going back to the time that I spent in LA, as it was getting dark, I was packing everything up, and I went over to the basketball courts. There were still people playing basketball. And so I watched the rest of the little game, and it was some kids taking pictures. I guess they were cousins. And all of a sudden, what caught my attention is one of the kids was like, "Oh man, I'm disappointed in myself. I really need to start taking my IG more seriously." And I was thinking to myself, like, what are you, like 12, 13? What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, he's like, I'm only posting like maybe 5 posts a day. And I was like, I'm lucky if I post 5 posts in maybe 3 days. And so I start watching them, and there's one guy, one little kid, he's posing, he squats, and then his girl cousin, she's taking the pictures of him. So he squats down and he throws up whatever his little symbol is. She squats down, she turns the phone at an angle to take the picture. Then he calls out the next pose, and she takes the picture. They move over to the bleachers, and she takes more pictures. Flash, no flash. Like, they are really rocking their photo shoot for their Instagram uploads. And I noticed that social media is definitely under a lot of scrutiny as far as, you know, it being a channel to broadcast such negative things, such as the video from earlier, it being a distraction, but at the same time, it has really paved the way for communication from across the board, no matter where you are at. Also, with a lot of the social media, like comedians, that is amazing. Like going from YouTube to Vine to Twitter, then to Facebook. And you have this platform for everyone to be entrepreneurs and really launch themselves, their brand, and put them in positions to where they can all win and eat. So at this moment, I am currently looking for a photographer. I probably already have a photographer. That'll probably be my cousin. She just don't know that yet. She'll find out on next week's episode, right? Because I'm gonna have to start taking my IG more seriously. So I just really thought that was interesting. I also saw, as I was driving to Venice Beach, I was stopped at a light. There's no red camera. I don't think there are no red camera lights here in Vegas. So if you see a yellow light, you gonna stop or you not gonna stop. And most people don't slow and stop out here in Vegas. So I was gonna do the same thing, but then I had to realize I'm not in Las Vegas. And I stopped at the light and I looked over to my left and there was a police right there at the same corner. There were two ladies standing in the center divider, or well, like the little cement divider. And there was a white lady. She was homeless. She had her sign and she was asking for help. Anything helps. But then there was also a Mexican lady on the same corner. And she had in her hand like large bouquets of flowers. And so she was just walking up and down selling her flowers. But the white lady was just standing there at the... I'm not really trying to make it a race thing, but the white lady was standing there and she just was holding her sign. She didn't move. She didn't say anything. She was just simply there begging. And then you have this lady who is on the move. She's up and down. She has her product in hand and she's selling her flowers. And for me, it really just speaks to the climate of where, just America and different communities in here where we're at. And then for myself, I moved to Vegas because I wanted to adapt the same mindset or mentality of the lady who was selling the flowers. You gotta move. You have to have something to offer. You can't just stand around and hope that someone is going to reach out the comfort of their air-conditioned car and decide to give you some of their hard-earned dollars. Just as they have earned their money, you have got to earn that from them. And with my time here in Vegas, I just hope to continue, or well, I'm not going to say hope. Here in Vegas, I'm going to continue to go ahead and build and focus on the reasons why I relocated here and just continue to grow. And that is also the same thing that I want for my family and for the Black community as a whole. With